Magandang araw sa lahat. Good day to all. This group is reporting about computer-related identity theft. The members of computer-related identity theft group is James Santos, Kenneth Paripina, Rich Rivas, Patrick Isaac Bonyon, Meljan Marcelino, and submitted to Prof. Erwin Lagta. The content of this report is about introduction, topic discussion about the Philippine law or provision and penalties, case analysis, problem solution or prevention, credits or statistics, and references. Next reporter is Kenneth Paripina. Tayo sa introduction. Ito yung i-report nila, Kenneth Paripina and Rich Rivas.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Kenneth Paripina. Introduction. The internet has made an astounding impact on people's lives in the fact that it is easily accessible and entertaining that it gives. As time goes by, we humans have become much more adapted to virtual worlds, especially pandemic hits. Hence, it became an opportunity for computer-related crimes, including Section 4B of RA 107.5 under cybercrimes to have computer-related identity. Next reporter is Rich Rivas. Thank you.
Identity theft occurs when someone uses another person's personal identifying information like their name, identifying number, or credit card number without their permission to commit fraud or other crimes. The term identity theft was coined in 1964. Since that time, the definition of identity theft has been statutorily defined throughout both the UK and the US. As the theft of personally identifiable information, identity theft deliberately uses someone else's identity as a method to gain financial advantages or obtain credit and other benefits, and perhaps to cause other person disadvantages or loss. Next reporter, please.
How do attackers do identity theft? It is typically done in order to apply for loans, make online purchases, or get access to the victim's medical and financial data. Yung mga hackers and attackers na yun, ginagamit natin yung pangalan natin para makapag-apply ng loan. Doon sa loan na ginawa ng bank manager from Metro Bank, which is siya pinag-loan na worth 1 billion pesos. They use them by under Universal Robina or also known sa Jack and Jill, led by Gokong Wade Corporation. And also noon, may isa pang ginawa pa. Bank manager from the other branch from Metro Bank ay nag-loan na 90 million pesos. At yung pera niya na in-invest into investment ay nawala na rin. Siya ay nahuli. Pero sa 1 billion na manager from Metro Bank ay hindi pa rin po nahuli. Yung pinagtago na po. Process of identity theft. Identity theft occurs when hackers, phishers, or data breachers disclose personal information. Hackers, phishers, or data breach caused by identity theft. Yung mababreach na mga account natin, yung pag-hack na mga account natin, cost ng theft of identity natin yun. Para makagain na financial gain, para kung ano kalokohan, fraud, estafa, and etc. What are the Philippine laws about the computer-related identity theft? Under Republic Act 10175, the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 focuses on prevention, and prosecution of cybercrimes such as offenses against the privacy, confidentiality, integrity, and availability of computer data and systems and computer-related offenses. and content-related offenses. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang po for identity theft yung Republic Act 10175 o also known as Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Ibig sabihin po, pwede siya sa fraud, sa mga pagnanakaw, through online, pag-hack, and other, tsaka iba pa about pagkuha ng privacy through computer at marami pa iba. Papasok ang computer-related identity theft under Section 4B. The unlawful or prohibited acts of libel as defined in Article 355 of the Revised Penal Code as amended, committed through a computer system or any other similar means which may be devised in the future. Pag ginamit yung computer na yon, labag yun sa RA 10175. Ginamit yung computer na yun for identity theft, nilabag yun sa tao yung RA 10175, especially in Section 4B of this law. The penalties under RA 10175. RA 10175 penalizes any person found guilty of computer-related identity theft with imprisonment of prison mayor of 6 years and 1 year to 12 years or a fine of at least 200,000 pesos up to maximum amount of commensurate to damage incurred or both. Pag kung nakasuha ng dinabag ang ikay gumawa ng identity theft, pwede ka makakulong ng 6 taon o hanggang 12 taon. Depende sa bigat na ginawa niyong kasalanan. Pag masama na napekton, kaya makulong ka ng 12 years. Pagkatama o 6 years. Bisa pa po, ikay makukulong ng ganun taon. Pare, halimbawa, 8 years. At nagpapay ka pa ng danyos na halagang 200,000 piso po. Next reporter is Patrick Hyacinth Ponyo.
Okay. Okay. On our first case analysis, our first case is in Rafi Tulfo action on YouTube. On September 25, 2019, our complainant named Charlotte M. Salud had stolen her identity by a security guard Marlene Salcedo to apply for her job. This imposter has to get an authentic birth certificate from Philippine Statistics Authority. The siblings of Marilyn helped Miss Salud to get her credentials, but the imposter is not agreed to admit her mistake and make an apology to the victim. Rafi Tulfo, a broadcaster and a newscaster in this show and TV fight, is ready to help her and go to jail and case a file in the NBI. On the part 2 of this YouTube video aired on October 16, 2019 of the show, the DNA test held by Sir Rafi Tulfo on Miss Salud and his mother has been positive. This DNA test has been strong proof to go to jail to Marilyn Salcedo, aka also known as Charlotte M. Salud. The team of Rafi Tulfo in action has been filed a case in NBI and filed charges against the fake imposter under the Section 4B of the Republic Act of 10175. Next. In our case analysis number 2, our second case is in Ipaglaban Mo. Arturo, or played by Juan Rodrigo, has a strict way of disciplining his son Cedric, played by J.M. De Guzman. This causes the young man to become a rebellious, and unlike his brother Cedric, Marcus, played by Rafael Rosselli, works hard on his dreams to make her parents proud. And one day, a powerful man offers to help Cedric become a lawyer. Hell-bent on making a name for himself, Cedric does whatever it takes to finish his studies. However, things do not go according to his plan. After he got kicked out of college and filled with desperation, Cedric steals Marcus' identity to fulfill his ambitions. Now, ex-attorney Cedric Valdez, also known as Marcos Valdez, has been disbarred by the Integrated Bar of the Philippines and has never been an attorney because of unethical movements caused by identity theft of his siblings, the real Marcos Valdez. And even though Cedric says studying law is hard, but the IBP or the Integrated Bar of the Philippines did not entertain this excuse because lawyers has a good and ethical jobs and does not fake identities or documents. And Cedric has gone to jail to face the charges. On the third case, is from a TV show in GMA, Unang Balita. Okay? This suspect named Maria Fe Cruz has taken the identity of other people to say fake titles of land in Bonifacio Global City or BGC. And this person has been involved in many syndicating and one company down to 1 million pesos. This person has been in jail and found other people involved because this group is a pest to our country and many unlawful undoings has been making. The suspect has been entrapped by the operation of the National Bureau of Investigations. Next book.
Solution in identity theft. Una po ay, keep a close eye on your credit reports as well as your bank and credit accounts and social media accounts. Siyempre, dapat nakikita natin yung online banking. Baka po minsan, yung isang tao, ginagamit na yung pangalan natin para makuha yung pera natin, makapag money laundering, makapanloko ng ibang tao. And also as our social media accounts like Facebook, Twitter, Google account, Gmail, Google Plus. Dapat laki natin check yun. Kasi, yun ay mga social media accounts, nandun din yung mga natin basic information like email address, name natin. That will cause identity theft. Next is monitoring your credit reports and bills in order to identify and report any illegal activities is one of the most effective methods to protect yourself against identity theft. Siyempre, dapat kung meron tayo na hinala or suspension or suspect to anyone to access our accounts in online banking or online services, social media, report in hotline in a bank account. Marami pa mga hotline. Landmark hotline, usada hotline, video hotline, report natin yun para ako din may lock. Ma-disabled muna para hindi magtuloy ang fraud and financial gain in our account. This is made done by using a credit monitoring service. How to prevent identity theft? Una po ay keep your mail safe. Read your account statements. Una po ay keep your mail safe. Sabihin po, dapat natin initan yung ating mga email. Hindi lang pati mga email. Pati rin yung mga sulat. O yung mga bills, meron ko, dapat wala po nakakakuha nun. Dahil pag may nakakuha po nun, yun na nagsasimula ng pagnakaw ng ating identity, ng ating pangalan. Kasi, nandun na mga basic information like address, telephone number, customer account number, at marami pang iba. Also, number 2, read your account statement. Siyempre, dapat narinig natin kung may kailangan ng mga transaction pa, may gumagalaw pa sa account natin. That means always, I recommend it is every other day or weekly. Check your credit report. Siyempre, baka meron tayong utang na. Nagiging pa natin yun. Pag sa tinakapanan yun, tayo babayad ng ito na isang taon na yun. Dapat laki pa natin ginagawa yun. Next, force rent. Did you remember about the Michael P. na distribution from the online shopping na package na worth 3,000 plus at ang laman ay selfie stick na mumurahin na worth 50 pesos lang. Dahil, sabi niya minsan kasi, yung mga packages na deliver niya dati, hindi na natatapon yung pangalan, yung supot. Dahil yung package na yun, yung waybill na yun, tawag na yung waybill, na doon ang ating pangalan, address, telephone number, pati account number sa waybill na yun kasi pag may nakapulot po nun, gagamitin ng mga seller yon. Papadala sa atin ng mga yung seller ng mga package na mumurahin at pababay na pamamahal. Doon po nagsisimula ang panluloko na. Identity theft and fraud as always connected. Pag may identity theft, tiyak, gagamitin niya yung pangalan for fraud, for stapa, for cybercrime law, for cybercrime at iba pang krimen. Also, number 5, store personal documents at home. Kailangan po yung mga dokumento tulad ng certificate of land title, mga ano pa po, contract, ID, birth certificate, police clearance, and BI clearance, dapat lang yung nakatago sa bahay natin yon o nakasecure sa safe place. Dahil pag yung school ID nga lang pag naiwala natin o may pagpinasulat, para magamit yung pangalan natin for panloloko o makapasok ng nakuha ng establishmento. Kundi ay natin, gamitin niya pang utang or student loan. Kasi yung mga pagminakot ng birth certificate, lagot yun. Pwede magamit kung nung ginawa nung case analysis number 1, in rapid tool to action. Yung security guard, ginamit na yung paano na isa ni Miss Salud for apply at a job for a being security guard. Next, number 6, be aware of unknown phone calls and emails. Isa pa may tumatawag sa atin pero unknown number. Makakayan ako mula bangko. This call for video hotline. No, dapat tayo na mag-ingat doon. Dahil never na mag-ask ang mga bank agents or customer care hotline ng mga ating mga informations. Unless lang kung kailangan talaga po. Doon end natin yung call, huwag na tayo na mag-entertain doon. Be aware. Kasi, pag nabagit natin yung pangalan doon, paano yung magamit ang ating pangalan sa panluloko at ipapapawak. Number 7, create a difficult logins and password. Dapat, we have a strong password. O at least, a moderate password. Kasi po, kapag may na ang password, pag ginamit natin na related na mga password o sa mga information natin, parang mahack ng mga hackers o attackers, dapat mayroon pumaulaan mga passwords and account from Facebook, social media, bank account, online banking, Gmail, Gmeet, na pa ba iba. Kahit din sa pamasalan ng laro, maraming magamit din yung mga pangalan natin at nag-cost ng identity theft. Number 8, use one credit card for online shopping. Dapat lagi, syempre pag marami tayong ginagamit ng mga card, ganyan yung mga hacker and attackers, ay marami tong card, mayaman to, mahack nga to. Pero doon sasabihin po nila dapat kung isang credit card lang, pag sakaling mahack man lang yun, at syempre, dapat yung maglagay tayo ng limit, pare 10,000 lang. Alam, just in case na mahack yun, please, konti lang natin maanong pera. Pero at least, be careful pa rin. Always monitor your online banking. Next, number 9. Keep your security, virus, and spyware software up to date. Dapat lagi po update nyo on the Windows Defender. Meron pa mga free antivirus software na Windows Defender. Kung tayo ng Windows. Kung lagi po updated yon, yung software nun, mas may malaki po chance na hindi po tayo ma-hack at ma-prevent ang identity theft po to hackers or attackers po. Pero kung gusto nyo mas meron budget, meron pa tayo ng mga Kaspersky, Mac na virus. Pero may mga Wi-Fi po yun Pero at least, yung Windows Defender, sa good na po yun. Sa libre na yun. Number 10 is be social media savvy. Siyempre, we need a social media savvy because we need updated to always what is going on in our society, in our community. Because someone's threatening to our only bank accounts or mga hackers o attackers na marami na nag-hack ng mga account o mga mga account, nagdinigat to para always updated to news from social media. And lastly, do not click any link that is unknown or sent by anyone through phone, email, and computer. Siyempre dapat po, do not click, huwag tayo mag-click ng mga present number. Dahil once na mag-click natin yon, naka-program yun, ginawa ng programmer. And then yun, makukuha yung natin informasyon. May ganung program na pangalan natin, address, ay pwede sa cellphone, may iba. Do not click. That is a dangerous and cause serious trouble. And if you click, always remember, think before you click. Next reporter is Meljon Marcelino.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. I'm Meljon Marcelino. I'll be reporting the statistics of identity theft in the Philippines. Filipino victims of identity theft in the Philippines are up to 5 million. Filipinos claim to be identity theft victims. About 4.5% of adult Filipinos or 5 million individuals claim to have been victimized by identity theft. According to a survey by data analytics firm Higo. In addition, 6% or around 6.7 million Filipinos believe their identity was used to open financial accounts fraudulently. The respondents as such understood that banks conduct more frequent projects to safeguard them against identity theft. With the scams getting more prevalent, Pico's study revealed that 2 in 5 Filipino consumers cited fraud and scam protection as top priority when opening new financial accounts. With around 57 million banking customers in the Philippines, if 40% of consumers are vigilant financial providers, to find those with the strongest fraud protection, that's a market of more than 23 million, he said. This is a significant opportunity and shows that fraud protection can be a bank's biggest sales asset rather than just an overhead, the official added. At the same time, financial institutions were warned about 28% of Filipinos reducing or stopping the use of credit cards due to time-consuming identity checks. Also, some gave up opening saving accounts and securing personal loans due to these identity theft issues.
References. We thank you for Rapid Tool for Action for case number 1, case number 2 para ipaglaban mo, at unang balita for case number 3 in this. Wala pa kami magagawa kung dito sa mga show na to. Thank you po. Thank you for viewing our presentation and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year today to all of you. Maligayang Pasko sa lahat at sana po marami po natindihan sa video na po ito. Thank you. If you have any questions, just message me in Messenger or in a Canvas. Thank you. Bye.